Okay, so here we are. We've got the carburetor back on the boat, just putting it onto the top of the engine. So let me bring you in, show you what I'm doing. Got to reconnect everything, and then we can give this thing a test and see whether or not the rebuild has been successful. Okay, so far I've put the new gasket on underneath. I took the old one off. The old one was actually in pretty ropey condition. You can see there's actually some parts here where the gasket is delaminated. So I've taken that off completely. We've got our new gasket underneath. That was the one I showed you on the last video, the paper gasket. And what I've done so far is just at the back of the electronic choke, there's a couple of wires. I've connected those up. I've also connected this tube here, which is actually the vacuum to the choke, and then connected that also onto the carburetor. We've got two ports on here. One of them is blocked off, and this one is the vacuum, so they're attached. I've now put the nuts onto the body here, and I'm just going to gradually tighten those down, and then the last job will be to connect up the fuel system. Once that's been put on, we will take a quick look, make sure everything is done properly. Obviously we've got to connect up the throttle cable as well, and then we'll give it a run and see whether or not we've got any leaks. Okay, so a little bit of dripping down there, which is what we'd expect. I just turned the ignition on to fire up the pump. Looking good so far. I've got some Kleenex down there just to see if there's any droplets or anything coming through. It's looking pretty good so far. I don't see any leaks on our fuel system. Can't see any leaks around the carburetor. So I'm actually fairly good with that. So give it a couple of minutes to let that fuel disperse, and then we'll put the blowers on and we'll see if it fires up. Okay, so we just had that running, just having a quick look to see if there's anything leaking that shouldn't be. And so far so good. Let's whip that piece of Kleenex out of there. Okay, seems to be okay, so let's get that running and run it for a little bit longer this time. Okay, so you can hear the blower in the background. I'm just keeping the blower on just for a little bit, let some of these fumes go. Pretty pleased with that. That seemed to work okay. I do need to adjust the throttle control a little bit. I did back it off a little bit, and I just want to extend that further out just so that we get the throttle levers in the right place. So when we have both throttles in the same position on the console, we actually have the same RPM. So I'll just move that along a little way. That's on. I don't see any further leaks, which is good. The choke and everything seems to be working okay. So I'm going to put the flame arrestor on there and we'll call that one done.